Welcome to a new deep dive. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating story of personal transformation. It's been making some headlines. We're going to dive into the journey of country music star Jelly Roll, who just revealed, well, a massive milestone in his health journey.
Yeah, and what's really striking here, I think, isn't just the number, the pounds lost, which is impressive, obviously, but it's also how open he's been. You know, the candid insights he's sharing about the challenges, the motivations behind such a huge change gives you this really powerful look at, like, dedication, but also vulnerability.
Exactly. So our mission today, really, is to look at the details we've got from sources like that Fox News article, Jelly Roll reveals 200-pound weight loss milestone achievement, and just pull out the key things for you. We'll explore the what, the how, and maybe most importantly, the why behind this very public health journey he's on. Okay, let's get into it. So maybe we start with the big recent announcement he made. He's a Nashville native, right? Huge Tennessee Titans fan, apparently. And he made this surprise appearance at their training camp just recently.
Right, I saw that.
And it was there while he was talking to the team that he shared the news. He's officially lost 200 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
200. That's genuinely significant, a huge number.
Yeah.
And choosing that audience, you know, an NFL team, that's interesting too. What does that kind of set, like a place focused on discipline, performance? What does that add to his message, do you think?
That's a great question. It almost feels like he's, I don't know, preparing for his own kind of performance, right? He even joked with the coach, Coach Callahan, about getting a contract if he loses another 50 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
So it signals this journey isn't quite over yet. But, you know, this wasn't just a sudden thing. His health focus really started quite a bit earlier, back in December 2022, apparently.
Okay, so it's been a longer process.
Yeah, he started at 540 pounds, which, I mean, that really puts the 200-pound loss into perspective, doesn't it?
Absolutely. 540 down to, what, 340 now? That's major.
Well, by April, he'd already dropped 183 pounds, bringing him down to 357. So, I mean, looking at those numbers, that early progress was pretty rapid. Makes you wonder how he managed that, how he sustained it.
Yeah, it really speaks volumes about the intensity of his commitment early on. His trainer mentioned something last October, I think, that he'd already passed a 100-pound goal during his tour. And he was doing things like, you know, walking around the arena, playing basketball, even boxing.
Right, incorporating activity.
Exactly. So this consistent, varied effort stretching over, well, years now.
Yeah.
It really highlights that this is more of a sustained lifestyle change, not just some temporary diet.
Yeah, that consistency suggests he's really thinking long-term, and it seems like he's aiming even higher now with some pretty ambitious goals for what's next.
Oh, yeah?
Well, beyond that next 50 pounds he joked about, he's actually said publicly he wants to lose another 100 pounds. The reason? So he can go skydiving with his wife, Bunny X.
Okay, that's quite a motivation, a very specific goal tied to the weight.
Totally. And for an even bigger kind of public statement goal, he wants to be on the cover of Men's Health by March 2026.
Wow. Okay.
So these aren't just weight targets, are they? They're like life goals tied directly into this transformation.
And what I find really compelling here, maybe even more than the numbers of the activities, is how honest he is about the real struggle. He admitted to Fox News Digital, pretty bluntly, that his biggest challenge was, quote, food, man.
Right. Food.
He said if you're really battling obesity, you have to start at the dinner table. Which shifts the focus, doesn't it? It's not just about hitting the gym. It's a deep dive into the sort of psychological side, the behavioral aspects of eating.
And he directly connects it to his past, too. He's been incredibly open about his previous struggles with substance abuse, and he's basically said he was addicted to food in the same way he used to be addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
That's a really powerful parallel he's drawing there between food and drug addiction. What are the sort of implications when someone views it like that?
That framing is really significant, I think. When someone describes their relationship with food as an addiction, like a substance addiction, it kind of changes the whole game, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, it's not just about, you know, having more willpower or following a strict diet plan. Instead, it points towards something deeper, a behavioral dependency, maybe even psychological.
Okay.
So what practical difference does that make if you frame it as addiction versus just like, I need more self-control?
Yeah, that's a crucial point. If it is an addiction, what does that imply for, like, how you start to tackle it?
Well, viewing it that way often means you might need different kinds of support, right?
Yeah.
Maybe professional therapy, maybe more structured programs, addressing those deeper psychological triggers, perhaps.
Not just counting calories.
Yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
moves away from blaming yourself towards understanding this underlying dependency. It means thinking about how food is used maybe to cope with emotions or stress or even boredom. It can activate similar reward pathways in the brain as substances do. Realizing that can, open up totally different ways to think about treatment and recovery.
Right. He told People magazine, I think, that he'd never had a healthy relationship with food, called it the hard part. But he also said that once he really committed, it became like an avalanche, that snowball effect of discipline kicking in.
That makes sense. Building momentum.
And maybe the most interesting part of all this is why he chose to do it so publicly. He was on his wife's podcast, Dumb Blonde, and he said basically, I did this publicly for a reason.
Okay.
I want to be honest about my struggles. I wore it for so long. He specifically said he didn't want to be one of those people who kind of hides away, loses weight, and then pops back up looking different, not knowing how to act.
That's a critical insight, isn't it? And it taps into some really powerful psychological drivers. He chose to, quote, lose it in front of everybody because he wanted to bring people along with him.
Right.
That public declaration, it acts as this incredible form of accountability, for one, but it also does something else. It turns his personal journey into this shared experience. It could potentially inspire, well, countless others facing similar battles.
Like using the public eye for motivation.
Exactly. Research often shows that making a public commitment really does increase the chances of long-term change. It's a very intentional act, vulnerable, but also a form of leadership in a way.
So wrapping this up then, what does all this mean for you listening? Jelly Roll's story, it's clearly more than just another celebrity weight loss update. It feels like a really powerful narrative about tackling these deeply ingrained habits, right? And about embracing that public vulnerability and the sheer long-term commitment needed for such a profound personal change.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, it really highlights how true transformation often isn't just physical. It's about addressing those underlying issues, like addiction, as he framed it, and finding the courage to face them head on, especially when you're doing it with everyone watching.
He chose, like you quoted, to lose it in front of everybody and bring people along. Which kind of leads us to a final question for you, the listener. In this age where so much of our lives gets shared, what's the actual power, or maybe even the hidden burden, of going through a major personal struggle so openly, so publicly? How does that public accountability really impact the journey itself? And what lessons could it offer for any of us facing our own dinner table battles, whether those are public or kept completely private?